Mitchell hurt that right shoulder again, I believe. He didn't play the entire second half or the overtime Saturday after spraining the shoulder. They're going to say the basket's good by Mitchell. And they're going to call the foul on him as well. Is that what it's going to be?
Looks like that's what it is.
Let's watch it again as we get ready to take our commercial timeout. All right, that's White of Tennessee. We'll be back in a moment.
People travel in Texas, but the ones who enjoy Texas the most.
Tom Hammond and Joe Dean again from the Assembly Center in Baton Rouge. Now let's take a look at the replay of that last one with Leonard Mitchell getting the pass from Reynolds right here.
It was a hop, step, and a jump. We thought he almost walked, but evidently not, and they called him for charging underneath. It's Tennessee's ball, and LSU's really jumped on top of him quickly, 21-8.
There's the turnover situation. It's really cost Tennessee tonight. Shot from the corner is good. They left White open for a moment. He was able to hit it. He is the first Tennessee player with more than 2. 4 points for White. The Vols have 10, but still trails 21-10.
It's the best movement of the ball they've had all evening.
Volunteers have John Snodgrass in the game, 54 in orange, 6'10", 190-pound freshman from Chattanooga, averaging 2 a game. Fetterman with a rebound off the missed shot, and Tennessee will bring it up court, trying to cut into that 11-point lead. Fetterman on the high post. Mitchell went for the steal. LSU very aggressive, going for the steal almost every time. There is a shot from the corner by Kevin Woods, who's also in the game. Woods, 6'5" junior from Baltimore, Maryland, averaging 5 a game, getting his first 2 there. Tennessee scored 4 in a row. Reynolds. Snodgrass went after him and fouled him. Foul on Snodgrass is his first.
They really had him shut down, too. Snodgrass just stayed away from him. He'd have been in good shape. You can see there Fetterman's got it blocked, but Snodgrass couldn't control his body. He kept going forward, and he runs into Reynolds. Of course, LSU got it out of bounds on the side, and that's the 15 foul against Tennessee. LSU 4 in this half.
Easy, right there.
Tigers with a 21-12 lead. Reynolds got away from Fetterman.
He's just too quick for Dan Fetterman on the inside. They passed the ball away from the defensive players. An excellent feed, and he just came back and stuck it. Beautiful.
Jenkins will bring it up court. LSU has Anthony Wilson in the game. Wilson, number 11 in white. Here's Tony White, number 11 in orange, with his 6th point. Well, Tony White has been that way. He's been the main spark plug for the Vols in their last 3 games since drawing a starting assignment. Looks like they're going to turn things over to him again.
He's super quick, and he's not afraid to put it up. He's developed a lot of confidence in his outside shooting.
Reynolds taken away by Jenkins. 2 on 2. Here's Jenkins, still on the dribble, pulls up with a short jumper and rolls through.
So smart. He knew he didn't really have it. 2 defensive players that sprinted back defensively. He took good care of the ball, got it inside the foul line, slowed down, and took a real good percentage shot, and he has Tennessee back in this game.
Dennis Brown goes inside to Reynolds. A wild shot, no good. Jenkins with another rebound for Tennessee. Jenkins tried to pass it to Fetterman. Stolen for a moment by Brown, and then finally taken again by LSU. Mitchell, Reynolds, good.
LSU got the steal. Snodgrass had it for a second, but the LSU Tigers picked it up in what transition. They exploded the other way. Good movement of the ball, excellent passing, and they finally got it inside to Jerry Reynolds right there. He scores and was pushed just as he was putting the ball up at the basket. Look at it again from floor level. Right there. Good movement to Mitchell, to Reynolds, right there. Jenkins pushed him on the side.
First foul on Tennessee's Brad Jenkins, as Jerry Reynolds goes to the line where he's 1 of 2 tonight.
Just when it looked like Tennessee was getting back in, they'd closed the gap, and Reynolds continues with poor foul shooting. Rebound
Fetterman of Tennessee. Tony White going one-on-one against Brown. Couldn't get the shot. They'll set it back up. This is Woods to Jenkins. Snodgrass posts up against Reynolds. Turnaround jumper, good.
Tennessee will be patient. You mentioned, Tom, that LSU is going for a steal almost every time down. If you'll be patient, break the defense down, good movement without the ball, you can get a lot of good shots against this type defense.
Dennis Brown, the 6'1 freshman from Baton Rouge, gives it up to Redden. On the side to Wilson. Takes it back from Reynolds. Jump shot baseline. Missed everything. Mitchell and Redden fighting for it. Redden puts it up, won't go. Mitchell has it taken away by Fetterman. Fetterman's doing a good job on the defensive board.
He made a good move getting him in down the ball because he's really helped him on the glass.
Wilson with a spinning move. Good. Tony Wilson of Tennessee.
Well, he just got down, beat his man. The defense did not pick up from the weak side at all. Nobody set up defensively, and he just brought it home. He's had 2 baskets that way. And they're just flat back in it with good hustle.
Reynolds got by Fetterman, picked up by Snodgrass, couldn't hit it, tapped right back to Reynolds, goes up and knocked away. This is Redden. He'll shoot and he'll draw the foul. No, traveling call on Redden. That'll turn it over to Tennessee.
They put both Snodgrass and Fetterman back in this game together. They both have come off the bench. It's given them some size, and it's really helped them on the glass in the rebounding part.
Coach Dale Brown of LSU gets Taylor and Tudor back in the game. Nikita Wilson will come in for the Tigers for the first time. Tennessee is back in it. It's LSU leading by 5.
The makers of Gatorade Thirst Quencher are proud to be the official drink of Southeastern Conference basketball broadcasts on the SPI Network.
Showtime there. Enable Tennessee.
Course to you, course to you, course to you. The best of it, the best of the Rockies is yours. Course to you, the clean of it, all night through. The fresh of it, Rocky Mountain Gold, you got it. The best of the Rockies is yours.
Maxi Muffler is your one-stop shop for brakes, shocks, and mufflers on commercial, RV, and passenger vehicles. With their large warehouse in Chattanooga, there's no waiting on those hard-to-get foreign or domestic mufflers. Maxi Muffler customizes piping to your needs in the time it takes to tell about it. Now available an optional lifetime guarantee on exhaust pipes, tailpipes, and mufflers. Prompt, courteous, professional service at a price you're going to like. 6 Maxi Muffler locations in Chattanooga, now serving you.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be selecting a golf most valuable player from each team. In addition to recognizing our 2 MVPs, Gulf Oil and its dealers will donate a $500 scholarship to the General Scholarship Fund of both Tennessee and LSU as part of the Gulf Most Valuable Player Award Scholarship Program. Tennessee Volunteers with the basketball and a chance to cut the LSU lead down to only 3 if they can get a bucket this time down court. The Tigers led by as many as 13 earlier in the half and seem to be on the verge of blowing Tennessee out of the gym.
As we mentioned on the timeout, LSU's taken some very poor shots, poor percentage cuts at the basket. Got a little wild, and Tennessee's been patient, and they're back in it.
Here's Woods. Move on Redden. Missed everything. Batted right to Fetterman. He misses the shot but draws the foul as he got his own rebound.
Give Snodgrass a little credit there. He got just enough of it to keep it alive on the offensive boards. Fetterman came back and got it right there. They both had a little piece of it. Fetterman missed there, but came back and got his own rebound. And these 2 6'10" players for Tennessee, as I mentioned, have come off this bench. Small lineup wasn't getting it done, but these big guys have really helped out.
Fetterman a jump hook, won't go. Redden clears the rebound to Taylor.
LSU running at every opportunity, really looking for the outlet pass.
This is Mitchell, got wide away from Fetterman. Snodgrass picked him up. Loose ball, Mitchell swiped away by White. Furious action under the LSU bucket. Here's Jenkins, fakes, Tudor, collision, no foul. Yes, there is a foul. It's going to be called on
Jenkins for charging.
Jenkins of Tennessee. Jenkins picks up his second. That should be 7 against Tennessee. Watch it again.
Tough break, too, because it looked like Tudor was set up, but what a close call, and it hurt Tennessee tremendously because Jenkins made the basket. Call could have gone either way. LSU 10 of 21 so far. Tennessee is 10 of 17.
That was a player control foul, so no free throws, but on the next foul, they'll be shooting 1-1. Mitchell, outside shot, no good. Jenkins claims the rebound for Tennessee. Here's Jenkins. Coming up court in a hurry for the ball. Lob to Fetterman. Gave it right back to Jenkins, who laid it in, and he's fouled. Pretty play.
Don't see a better play than that. Jenkins, who made the lob pass for the dunk to Fetterman, kept coming. He didn't give it up. A lot of times they'll pass, they'll back off. There's the lob pass he makes. Fetterman sees he doesn't have the stuff. The pass wasn't near the basket like it maybe could have been. Jenkins kept coming, got a beautiful pass back from Fetterman, and now a chance at a three-point play. Beautiful looking freshman and an excellent athlete. Another look at it right there. foul just as he put it up.
Foul was on Nikita Wilson, his second, and the 6'8 freshman quickly goes to the LSU bench, replaced by Jerry Reynolds, who just rebounded the miss by Jenkins. 16 fouls now against LSU.
Jenkins is 3 for 4. 6 points, and he has 2 rebounds so far, the freshman.
Reynolds, cross-court. Mitchell had a little pick from Tudor, but couldn't get a shot away. Snodgrass guarding Mitchell. Here's Redden way outside. No good. Good rebounding position by the little guy, but a foul here underneath. And Reynolds just went over the back of White, I believe it was. And with a much greater arm reach, he wasn't able to draw the foul. There you see that the Tennessee man had position, but Reynolds was able to go up over top of him, even though he did not have position. They'll call a foul on Tennessee's John Snodgrass, and that'll be 2 on Snodgrass.
Well, Reynolds is 6'9", and he was jumping against Fred Jenkins, 6'3", and that was the reason he could take it away from him from the rear.
Reynolds is 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 at the line as his poor free throw shooting continues. He's even below his average of 54% tonight.
He's 1 of 4. Is that what you said, Tom?
Yeah.
2 for 6 from the field. 5 points total, but he has 3 rebounds.
3-point lead for LSU. They've led by as many as 13. White goes all the way, lays it in. Tony White baseline move.
The defense did not switch. He had no weak side help coming from the other side, and consequently this leads down to 1, and as you mentioned, it was up to as high as 13 at one time.
White
Tennessee has really settled down, and White is 5 of 5 from the field.
Reynolds in heavy traffic is fouled. Reynolds put it up and drew the foul, and will go to the line.
He took just a horrible shot. Was he the one? Look at it again. He's the one putting it up. Snodgrass got him on the arm.
And that is the 3rd foul on John Snodgrass. Watch the play on the other end now by Tony White. Watch him make this baseline move.
See, his man got picked off by Snodgrass, and nobody really picked him up at all. In fact, Snodgrass went to the court after the pick.
Well, Jerry Reynolds is ice at the free throw line tonight.
He is ice cold. 1 of 4. He has no arc on his ball. He line drives it. He needs to get it up higher to give it a chance to go in. A little more arc that time.
A little better.
Yeah, that's much better. The other 4, though, he just drove it right at the front ring.
26-24 now, LSU.
Tennessee looked very passive in the early going, unaggressive, tired. But the 2 big men have come in and really given them a lift. And they're back in this thing.
Snodgrass, with 3 personal fouls, is replaced by Seth McDonald in the Tennessee lineup. Here's Tony White. Couldn't get anything, fed it back outside to Wood. Woods, he got it.
That's the one area they say if he could just improve his scoring, Kevin Woods, he could be a tremendous player on this Tennessee team. Good defensive player, does a lot of things well, but he's put him into a tie now from this point with this game.
Jerry Reynolds is fouled by Fetterman.
He's just too quick for Dan, as we keep mentioning. They're clearing it out, letting him go one-on-one, and we had a little action there between Fetterman and Reynolds.
Reynolds thought Fetterman grabbed him a little too hard. I think Dan was just trying to keep him from scoring the basket. And he'll grab him, got him pretty good across the shoulder, and held on to him on by the jersey. Reynolds didn't like it. He wanted a little piece of Fetterman after that.
It was definitely a foul. There's no question about that. And Reynolds is back at the line to shoot 2. There it is again. He beat Fetterman. He had Fetterman off the ground. A little ball fake. Little head and shoulder, got him defensively in a bad position, so he grabbed him. Reynolds will shoot 2.
Officials had a little talk with Reynolds, try to cool him down a little bit. And, Fetterman lines up in his position along the lane as Reynolds goes back to the line. He's shot 5 of them tonight and has made 2. 4 minutes, 50 seconds, game time.
Good way to say, Tom, at 2 for 5, it wouldn't be bad to foul him every time down, would it?
7th point of the night for Jerry Reynolds. 6'8" sophomore, Brooklyn, New York native. Is the 9th leading rebounder in the Southeastern Conference, ranks 10th in field goal percentage and 13th on the scoring list. Having an outstanding sophomore season in a Tiger uniform. Short on that one, but it comes right back to him like a boomerang, and Taylor holds it for LSU. Tigers with a 1-point lead, set up the offense, 4:40 to play first half in Baton Rouge. Lob underneath, Mitchell hit the goal and came off. Just a little off on the pass, and Tennessee with a chance to take their first lead of the game. Jenkins for the Vols as Fetterman comes out on a high post, takes it, gives it back to Jenkins. They've got White underneath, but Jenkins takes the shot. Short. Tudor rebound LSU. John Tudor in front court for the Tigers. Taylor, top of the key. Rebound, Fetterman again.
What a job this big guy's done on the defensive board, particularly the few on the offensive board, but he's really taken over on the defensive glass for Tennessee. He's the main reason they're back in this one.
This is Fetterman on the high post. Mitchell guarding him. Fetterman passes off. Jenkins with a shot is short. It was Woods, excuse me. And the rebound again to Leonard Mitchell. Oh, a beautiful save by Woods. In fact, it almost went in the basket, but LSU comes away with it.
Fetterman has 8 rebounds. You're right, Tom. It looked like it had a great chance to go in and hit the side of the board and ricochet away.
Fetterman 8 rebounds. Leonard Mitchell must have a bunch of them for LSU. This is Reynolds. Thought about shooting. Grove on Fetterman. Pulled up with a short shot. Wouldn't go. Fetterman again with rebounding position, and Reynolds fouled him.
His 9th rebound and foul from the rear. He did a smart thing there. He back away from Reynolds. Give Reynolds the outside shot. You can tell he's not a good outside shooter by the way he's been shooting foul shots. Make him come to you. And that's what Fetterman did. He backed away from him so he wouldn't, say, hey, take the outside shot if you want it, because I don't think Reynolds wants to shoot from out there.
And the Cincinnati, Ohio native will step to the Tennessee free throw line. The Vols have shot only one other free throw tonight. Jenkins missed one.
Fetterman's just 1 of 4 from the field. He is yet to be at the foul line, and this will be his first trip.
Reynolds checks out after picking up his second personal foul. Damon Vance, the 6'10 freshman, back in. Fetterman short on the free throw. Here's Mitchell. It's a White in front court. To Taylor, in front court.
Missing the front end of 1 and 1.
Clock down to 3:15. Vance just off the bench. Rimmed out. There's Mitchell again, but Jenkins strips it away. Here's Jenkins against Taylor, and Tudor takes it all the way up and in. Fred Jenkins of Tennessee.
Beautiful one-on-one move by the freshman. He split the 2 defensive players, and would you believe the Vols are up 1. Great comeback.
The freshman, Jenkins and White, have scored 18 of Tennessee's 28 points. Tudor can't get his shot away, in some trouble, feeds it to Redden, and he's fouled from behind by Woods. That's a bad foul. Kevin Woods commits number 1.
It's a bad foul because he's going to put one of the finest free throw shooters in the Southeastern Conference at the line, shooting 1 and 1 in Don Redden.
Redden, the native of Monroe, Louisiana, 6'6 sophomore.
Redden's 1 of 3 from the field tonight, but he's 2 of 2 at the foul line. You can go to school on his foul shooting. It's beautiful.
Think he ought to have a few little tips for Reynolds.
If he can just raise his arm. Look at this guy's shot there. His knee bend is not too much. Excellent action. Great rotation on his ball. Arm extension is beautiful. Follow through. Everything is there.
And Redden has now made 17 straight free throws over the course of the last few games. And his free throws give LSU the lead once again. Timeout. 2:48 to play, first half. The score, LSU 29, Tennessee 28.
Today's game is an exclusive presentation of Sports Productions Incorporated and Lorimar Productions.
For Sheriff Duval, whose car lacked the pickup to
3. We got a 4-way tie for 3rd place. LSU, Florida, Vandy, and Alabama. Great race in the Southeastern Conference again this year.
Auburn and Kentucky have a date this Saturday afternoon in Lexington. White for Tennessee. The ball's down by 1. All showing patience on offense, and LSU sticking with the man-to-man defense that they've had throughout the afternoon. Even on the out-of-bounds plays, they've stayed man-to-man. There's a shot by Jenkins, an off-balance shot almost behind the basket.
They had the good rhythm, all of the action it takes to make it go down. Rebounding is about even now. LSU had a big edge early, but it's 18-17 LSU.
The freshmen, Jenkins and White, with 20 points of Tennessee's total of 30. John Tudor for the Tigers to Taylor. Don Redden and back to Taylor. Collision, no call. Batted around a couple of times, right back to Taylor, knocked away from him. Redden has it as White reaches in, draws the foul. A lot of quick hands slapping at that ball, and White finally got Redden on the arm. And that'll send again that good free throw shooter back to the line.
He's the one guy you just don't want to foul. The ball was ricocheted all over the court. Everybody got a piece of it. Really, it looked like the foul was really there with the body prior to number 11, Anthony Wilson, Tony White getting a piece of him, but they called it on Tony White, on grabbing him on the arm.
Dennis Brown back in for that man's team as Dale Brown has a word with Derek Taylor. Dennis Brown is 21 in White, 6'1" freshman from Baton Rouge, averaging 3 a game. Here's Mr. Automatic, Don Redden, with the free throw line for LSU.
But Seth McDonald got a piece of him that time before Tony White, but it doesn't matter. He drills them home, this guy. Beautiful. Oh!
Finally missed one.
Finally got him to miss.
He had hit 18 in a row before that miss.
I knew if we talk about him, if we praise him enough, he'd finally go down the tubes.
So
Always happens.
Tennessee attacks with the game tied at 30 and a minute 30 to play first half.
They've done it without Tyrone Beeman in the game. Vanderbilt wasn't happy with the point guard play and took him out.
Rob Jones is in. He's got Fetterman taking a rest now. Jones almost had it taken away. Tony White rejected by Mitchell. Right to McDonald. His shot no good. And a foul. Going to be on LSU.
They're looking for a goaltending call, Tennessee, but I don't believe. Look at it again. Tony White got inside. Good penetration. Wouldn't go. McDonald gets it. Comes back to try to put it up. Was fouled. This was in the act of shooting. Look at it again.
Leonard Mitchell called for the foul, his second, as he came in and gave McDonald the body check as McDonald went up for his shot.
He's 1 of 6 at the foul line on the season.
He's another one of those line drive shooters, but he has it.
In case you're interested, prior to that shot, it was 16.7% in the year.
Second one rims out. Redden rebounds for LSU. Joe McDonald gets 1 of 2 and gives Tennessee a 1-point edge. Taylor guarded by White. Trying to back in as Redden posts up low. Can't get the ball to him. Mitchell comes out to take it to Tudor. Tennessee still man-to-man. This was Mitchell at long range. Give Tudor a little room, but he can't get away from Jenkins. And letting him have that outside shot. Taylor drives baseline, picked up on the switch. Redden with a beautiful save for LSU. But now he's on the out-of-bounds line. That'll turn it over to Tennessee. He just tipped the ball away real lightly. Was able to save it for a moment, but finally stepped on the out-of-bounds line. So Tennessee will take over with 38 seconds remaining in the first half. Dennis Brown back in for the Tigers, replacing Derek Taylor.
Full court pressure for LSU. Tennessee, I am sure, will hold it if they can for the last shot of the half. They're up 1, and they'd love to go in the dressing room up 3 after being down 13 early.
Been an amazing comeback thus far by the Volunteers, who appeared to be on the verge of being blown out. White was fouled as he makes the backdoor cut. Brown got him.
They went to their delay game, which is interesting. They brought the 2 forwards and everybody else up on the sides with a point guard, and they had a beautiful backdoor cut set up. Good lob pass to Tony White. He was fouled because the defensive player was left looking the other way. The weak side help player is the one that grabbed him, and Tony White 5 for 6 from the field in this game, a total of 10 points.
And toeing the line for his first free throw attempt. He's normally a 74% free throw shooter.
They win that 1-4 where they bring everybody up, double stack on the side along about the hash mark. In a complete delay game they went to with 38 seconds. Didn't get it.
Missed the free throw. That Tennessee is 0 for 3 at the line tonight. And that cost the Volunteers dearly. With 20 seconds remaining, LSU attacks down 1.
I'm sure LSU, they're doing the same thing. They've gone to spread 3-2, and they want to shoot the last shot. And they would like to go in by with a 1-point lead. They're down 1.
Tudor, 6 seconds. Redden shot from the corner. Came up short. Knocked loose. This is Tudor with 1. Can't get a shot away before the half ends. LSU fans wanted a foul on the last play, but they say time had expired before Tudor was hammered, and they got his shot away. So the first half will come to an end, and a surprising score. At times, LSU has played brilliant basketball, but Tennessee hanging tough when the blitz was on, down by as many as 13, but able to come back, and at halftime, it's the Volunteers that go to the dressing room with the lead. At the end of the first half of play from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, it's Tennessee 31, LSU 30. We'll be back in just a moment.
Today, they moved me in.
And all of a sudden, the momentum changed and Tennessee got back into it. What was the key factor?
I think the key was that he made defensive changes. And he made some bench changes. He brought Fetterman in the game. And the LSU was killing them on the boards, and by doing that, Tom, they were outletting the ball, getting good transition, running them right out of the gymnasium, and they weren't handling the ball well. He wasn't satisfied with Beeman. He took him out. He hasn't put him back in. He tried to Carter a little bit at the position, and he didn't do bad. And White took over that spot, and of course he's so quick and has done a beautiful job. Snodgrass came in and did a good job. But Dan Fetterman had a beautiful first half. He had at least 10 rebounds, and that shut down a lot of running, Tom. He got a couple of tips on the offensive glass. He dominated the defensive boards, and I give this man a lot of credit for getting this Tennessee team back in this game. And they start breaking the defense down with some patience and getting excellent percentage shots at the basket.
Well, most of those shots coming from the freshmen, Jenkins and White, who had between them 20 points of the 31 total for Tennessee. Now, what can LSU do to recapture that lost momentum? Because they were playing really loose and basketball. They were just running for the basket, and everything was going right for them.
You said it, I think, Tom. Loose. They were too loose. They need to be more disciplined, more within the framework of what they can do, and look for the better shot, and don't be quite so wild, because you made that comment.
All right, it is Tennessee leading LSU 31-30. Now let's take a look at the two schools competing in tonight's game. Let's look at the University of Tennessee and Louisiana State University. Edwin Edwards is doing a little microphone chores there for one of the local television stations, interviewing some students, I think, and I don't know what kind of comments he's getting, but I heard a chant, "Lower our tuition," a minute ago.
He's really doing some work for the Dale Brown show, Tom. Dale Brown does a lot of different and unusual things with his coach's show, and Jim Talbot, who produces and directs that show, is up there with him, and you'll see that probably this Sunday night on the Dale Brown show. So Governor-elect Edwin Edwards in the stand interviewing students.
In fact, he's just back from a trip to France, isn't he?
Oh, that's right. Won a few dollars we hear, too, Tom. Throwing the dice. The field goals, you see them, 15 of 28 for Tennessee, 54%. Not bad, because they started off very, very cold, and LSU started off red hot, and Tennessee's defense cooled them off a little bit. Poor shooting by LSU, really. 10 of 27, 37%. Have not been shooting well in the last few games. Free throws, balls, just 1 of 5. Brutal. 10 of 16 by LSU, just a little under their average. They're 65% on the year. You see the rebounds, it's almost even, and Tennessee turned it over 11 times, and most of those were in the first 6 or 7 minutes of the first half.
It's interesting that Tennessee can take that lead despite the fact that LSU has shot a lot more free throws, and Tennessee hadn't been able to hit which ones they've had.
About the scoring individual.
Individual scoring, the two freshmen, as we've been saying, have led the way for the Vols tonight. Fred Jenkins and Tony White with 10 points apiece. Woods has 4, Fetterman 2, and Burton 2 to round out the Tennessee scoring. Seth McDonald, also off the bench, had 1 for the Vols tonight. And for LSU, it is Leonard Mitchell leading the way. Mitchell has 8 points tonight, 7 apiece for Redden and Reynolds, 4 points for Derek Taylor, and 2 apiece for John Tudor and Damon Vance. So the only players in double figures are the 2 Tennessee freshmen, Jenkins and White, with 10 apiece. And the Volunteers with a 1-point lead at 31-30. LSU led by as many as 13 points in that first half, but Tennessee coming back. They had a 1-point lead, and that's the count here at intermission. It's Tennessee leading LSU 31-30. We'll be back. University campus in Baton Rouge. The Tigers leading by as many as 13 early in the going. Tennessee steadily coming back, and it's the Vols that have the 1-point lead as we get set to start the second half of play. Joe, this is a key game for LSU because the Tigers are in the middle of the conference race. In fact, came into tonight's game in a 4-way tie for third place. And the Tigers need to win, especially the home game.
Well, you're right, Tom. If you have any chance at all in winning, you must win at home because you know you're going to lose some on the road. And you're right, you're in a 4-way tie for third place, along with Florida, Vanderbilt, Alabama, which we talked about. You see the standings there. Auburn with that little bit of lead over Kentucky. Auburn goes to Kentucky, though, real soon, and that's going to be a biggie. LSU in a pretty good position at 6-4. Florida lost to Auburn the other Sunday yesterday in a 2-point game. Vanderbilt's on the road tonight in a tough game, so it's anybody's race yet. We had a great race last year, same thing this year.
All right, Auburn atop the standings. They'll play at Kentucky on Saturday afternoon. We're in Baton Rouge now with Tennessee leading LSU 31-30. We'll be back to Baton Rouge for the start of the second half after this message from your local station.
2 of 7 from the field and just 3 of 8 from the foul line. Not very good shooting. Leonard Mitchell led LSU with 8 points on 3 of 6, and the Tennessee cheerleaders made the trip here in this Tennessee team.
This broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Sports Productions Incorporated. Any transmission or rebroadcast of the contents or descriptions of this game, either in whole or in part, without prior written consent of SPI is strictly prohibited. Announcers for tonight's game employed and compensated by Sports Productions Incorporated, Dallas, Texas.
Good shot there, Don DeVoe, directing traffic. It'll be Tennessee ball when we come back on the alternating jump ball situation. LSU got the opening tip, and we have not had any jump balls since that time.
Just as we're getting ready to start the second half, the students right behind us start sailing some paper onto the floor, so we'll clean that up, and now we're ready to get going. That's the score. The ball's by 1. Tennessee starting White, Jenkins, Woods, Fetterman, and McDonald to start the second half. New faces in that Tennessee lineup with only 2 original starters in there. This is Jenkins, one of them getting his 12th point of the game to lead all scorers.
He set up in the paint area, got a good pick from Fetterman, fanned out, got the pass to him, and he drilled it. Nothing but the bottom.
3-point lead is Tennessee's longest of the game. LSU comes back with Tudor, Taylor, Reynolds, Redden, and Mitchell, their original starting 5.
Both teams man-to-man defensively.
Outside shot, Taylor. It's no good. On the floor, Reynolds had it for a moment, picked up by Jenkins. Pass in front court to White for the hoop. No good, but a foul.
Jenkins picked up the loose ball. He saw White open underneath at the other end, got the good pass to him. Had a hard time finding the handle here. He could have picked it up real quick. He had a man wide open, and White just couldn't quite get it to him quick enough. He's fouled from the rear, and White's going to go to the line and shoot 2. Coach Dale Brown worried. His team up 13 early. Looked like they were going to blow Tennessee off the court, but the Vols have really come back and settled this thing down, and it's up for grabs.
Second foul on Derek Taylor of LSU. That's the first foul called in the second half. As Tony White, who missed his only prior free throw attempt, gets that one.
74% shooter, and he didn't even draw iron on that one. Beautiful.
Ready for his second free throw now.
Wouldn't be surprised to see LSU go to full court man-to-man pressure all over the court to really get their momentum going again, because they've definitely lost a little of that momentum that they had early, and Leonard Mitchell just went out. I don't know if he's hurting or just what, but they've taken him out of the game.
And replaced him with Theron Kojo, 6'6", 200-pound sophomore from St. Rose, Louisiana, averaging a point a game. Jerry Reynolds tries to get it to Kojo and picked off by White of Tennessee. Bad pass.
Tennessee set up in a zone defense that time very quickly. LSU did not pick it up. Tried to throw it across the zone into the teeth of it, and Tennessee got a steal.
We played just over a minute of the second half, and it's Tennessee 4 and LSU nothing for the second half thus far, and the Volunteers have the ball. White over to Jenkins. LSU sticks with a man-to-man. It was tough early, but here results in a steal. Reynolds came up with the ball. It was tough early, but Tennessee solved it toward the latter stages of the first half. Inside, Reynolds over Fetterman. Fetterman got him on the arm.
They can't afford to lose Fetterman because he's done a yeoman job for this team. They're working on Mitchell's ankle. Not only does he have a sore shoulder, but now he's got an ankle problem.
Leonard Mitchell on the LSU bench getting some tape applied to his left ankle. And as you see the foul again, Fetterman just got him right there on the arm.
You can see he didn't even leave the floor. His feet are still on the ground. He's just reaching.
And it's the third foul on Dan Fetterman. He is the first player in the game with as many as 3. Reynolds at the free throw line got it.
He's 4 for 8 now at the line, and 3 fouls, and they're staying with Fetterman. They're not going to take him out.
Reynolds ready for his second one. As you saw, he has 8 tonight, shooting here for number 9. On its way, and good.
Full court pressure by LSU.
I mentioned earlier a moment ago that Fetterman was the only player with 3. Actually, John Snodgrass of Tennessee also has 3 fouls, picked all 3 up in the first half. White against Taylor. Now it's passed to Woods baseline. Redden has the defensive assignment. Tried to get it to Fetterman and just threw it too hard right over everybody's head.
Good defensive pressure by LSU made the turnover. Fetterman was posting up, Tom, but Wood just couldn't get it to him.
The good pressure by LSU defensively early in the game forced Tennessee into 8 turnovers in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the ball game. That was when LSU built that 13-point lead. Right now, it's the Vols by 3.
Tennessee back man-to-man defensively.
Reynolds comes out and brings Fetterman with him. Redden can't hit it. There's Fetterman with another rebound. Knocked out of his hand and a foul on LSU.
Oh, Tudor? I believe Tudor got a piece of it.
Let's watch it again, see if we can pick the foul up.
Well, let's see.
There.
Right there, Tudor. I thought Tudor got him. Hacked him on the way by.
First foul on Tudor. That's 2 this half now against LSU. Fetterman with 10 rebounds thus far in the game. Woods brings it up against Redden. Now in a little bit of trouble, but sails it over to Jenkins. Jenkins to Fetterman. Baseline jumper. No good. Tapped up and in. I believe it was McDonald. Or Woods. One of the two. Woods raises his hand.
Looked like they both got a piece of it, but Woods had his hand up. We'll give it to Wood. 5-point Tennessee lead.
Here's a foul on Tennessee as Taylor wades in some tall timber and looks like he's hurt. He's writhing on the floor. I don't know if he hurt his ankle or what, but looks like he tripped over somebody's foot as he went down and then hit somebody else's leg. Let's see if we can see it. He just took kind of one big giant step in there and then got banged around a little bit. Let's watch it from floor level.
Twisted his ankle. Could you see it right there? He really twisted his ankle. You could see it turned completely. Evidently, he stepped on the side of the foot of the Tennessee player. Really twisted his ankle.
You could see it really roll over there.
He really could.
He's still on the floor.
Interesting to see if he can continue.
Looks like his knee is hurting him too, Joe. They're paying some attention to his left knee. Watch it again. Did he hit his knee right there as well?
He hit his knee. Look at that. Look at his foot. His left ankle is bent completely over. Unbelievable. Watch it again. I don't believe he even hit anybody. Just the way his foot turned over on him.
And that is the cause of the injury, as Taylor there is in some pain. They're going to help him to his feet. He's going to limp over to the bench. Well, he already had Mitchell getting an ankle taped and playing with a somewhat sprained shoulder. They said before the game they weren't sure if Mitchell could play or not. He did start and has played most of the game. He got his ankle taped a moment ago. He's back on the floor, but now Derek Taylor goes out for LSU.
He's their leading scorer, 14.6 points a game, and hasn't been just wearing it out in the last 3 or 4 games, but nobody on this LSU team has really been shooting the ball that well. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. Had a big win against Georgia the other night, coming from 13 points down to do it. But Tennessee's definitely taken the momentum away from him in this game. Johnny Jones comes in to replace Taylor. He has the ball there. 6'2", 172 pounds, a senior from DeRidder, Louisiana, averages 2 a game. Was a starter all last season for Coach Dale Brown. Low post, a nice move by Reynolds. Good. I don't know how he got loose underneath there. The Tennessee defense is a collapsing man-to-man defense. It almost looks like a zone on your screen. They have man assignments, but they're backing away and almost trying to force the outside shot by LSU to eliminate anything inside and anything cheap. Reynolds has all 4 LSU points this half. He has 11, the only Tiger in double figures. Jenkins shoots over Tudor. Not a very good shot, but saved in bounds by Woods, and Fetterman comes up short on his shot. Ball's really crashing the boards. Knocked out of bounds by Jenkins. Jenkins really came alive on the glass. Missed the shot. Looked like he was almost fouled. Evidently not. He got it to Fetterman, or the team did. He missed, and Jenkins came to the glass, didn't get it, knocked it out of bounds, and LSU has a chance to cut it to 1. 37-34 the score. Mitchell down low. Gives it to Jones, to Reynolds, round the horn, Tudor. His shot, no good. Rebound by Redden. And they're going to have a foul called on Woods of Tennessee. No basket, the foul on Woods is second this half against Tennessee. Good movement of the ball by LSU. They got the good shot, but Tudor wouldn't go, but good offensive forward by Don Redden, excuse me. And he's fouled just as he tried to get it to come back to the basket. Foul really before he got into the act of shooting. Second team foul on Tennessee. LSU's committed 2. It'll be LSU's ball from beneath their own goal. Now some question about who they called the foul on, about the numbers, and it was on Woods, and Bucci Hartsfield says 31, Woods' number, and that's his second foul.
Looks like they've got it straightened out. Louis Grillo there with the basketball. It says, are we ready?
Tennessee will zone the inbounds pass, and I'm sure stay in the zone. They will.
Jones will bring it straight away as they set up attacking that zone defense put up by Tennessee. Redden skipped pass across court to Tudor. Reynolds drives, kicks it back outside to Jones. Reynolds lobs underneath, and Woods was right there to get it. Woods also caught a hand on the side of the face, but that zone just went right to the ball when they tried to lob, and it was not a very good pass. Tennessee with a turnover. Chance to score now off the turnover that they picked up off LSU. Here's White spinning, moves the basket, and a rejection by Mitchell. We're going to have a foul called against White of Tennessee, I believe. No, he's going to go to the line. Just pointed to him because he'll be shooting.
Got him with his body just as he made an excellent move. Whipped his man right here. He whipped Johnny Jones, who came in for Taylor, right there. He's going up to put it up. Johnny Jones got him from the rear, pushed him just as he was shooting. Is that who they called it on?
Yes, first foul on Jones, and White will take 2 shots at the free throw line, where he is 2 for 3 tonight.
I say that because just for a second there, it looked like maybe Ritter Mitchell got a little piece of him, but I thought Jones fouled him first. He's 5 for 6 from the field, Tony White, and now 3 of 4 from the foul.
The freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina, makes both free throws, and he has 14 in the game to lead all scorers. We have a timeout. 15 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in our game from Baton Rouge. The score, Tennessee 39, LSU 34. We'll be back to the Assembly Center in just a moment.
The Dimension 68000, the most powerful, compatible, and expandable computer you can buy. Call 1-800-228-8000.
When I said the line.
45 to 16.
It'd be right, 45 to 16.
That's our Red Man scoreboard for tonight. The Red Man reaction is satisfaction. Well, if it came from our Jimmy Rayburn and Dave Burchett, it
Jimmy
must
Rayburn.
be right.
I know Jimmy Rayburn, Dave Burchett have it. It's got to be 45 to 16.
Zone defense for the Volunteers this time down court as Coach Don DeVoe tries to switch up the defenses. They didn't do a good job of picking up Redden. They gave him an easy 12-footer.
They're not used to playing zone defense. It's been pretty effective against LSU this year because they are basically a man team. They practice man all the time. They went into the zone that time, but LSU got it right in the middle of that zone defense to the best shooter on this team, Redden.
39-36, 3-point Tennessee lead. Their longest has been 5. Reynolds going for the steal, knocks White to the court, and he'll draw the foul. Derek Taylor has twisted his knee, they tell us, from the LSU bench. We don't know if he'll return or not. Watch that last play.
And that's the 3rd foul against Jerry Reynolds in this game.
Reynolds going for the steal, picks up his 3rd. That's 4 this half against the Tigers.
LSU now 11 of 31, just 35.5%. Still not shooting well. LSU man-to-man defensively.
Johnny Jones with a defensive assignment on White. Fetterman with the outside shot. It won't go. Crashing the boards. Reynolds comes away with it for the Tigers. And he's going to be called for traveling.
A lot of traffic in there. A lot of people with quick hands trying to get a piece of it. Fetterman couldn't hit it from the outside, but LSU walked, and Tennessee has it back.
A lot of bodies crashing the boards under there. This is White, the talented Tennessee freshman, spinning against Jones. Turnaround jumper way short. Jones might have got a piece of it. Knocked out of bounds. It'll go to LSU.
Fetterman is just 1 of 8 from the field. Not shooting well, but what a job he has done on the boards for Tennessee in this game.
Has 10 or 11 rebounds. LSU gets Dennis Brown into the game. 6'1 freshman. Played in the first half. Didn't score. Redden, quick shot. Good.
Oh, he can tell it cold. When he gets it, you got to put tremendous pressure on the point of that ball. He'll kill you.
Redden now with 11 points. Pulls LSU within 1. It's 39-38 Tennessee. Crowd picks up the chant here at the Assembly Center. That's going to be a foul on Jones of LSU. Johnny Jones has his 2nd. They're just clearing out and let the freshman Tony White take Jones one-on-one.
That's all they're doing. Just as he gets the ball along about the foul line, they get a good cut across the paint area there to open up that right side, and he brings it back, trying to get it home, and he was fouled just as he put it up. He'll shoot 2. Dale Brown head coach at LSU, walking the sideline. Didn't like it.
He's out of that coaching box now, but he can, and he comes to the microphone to tell the students to cool it a little bit.
Don't throw things. The coaching box in the SEC and Southeastern Conference, you're not allowed to leave the box. If you do, it's a technical. In a case like that, he could leave it to go make an announcement to help this game and the officiating. Good move by Dale Brown.
2-point total for Tony White, who is perfect in his 5 second-half free throw attempts after missing his first free throw in the first half of play.
He's also 5 of 7 from the field in this game.
Having another great game. He has been the golf MVP on 3 different occasions. He started 3 games in his career. He's been the golf MVP on all 3 of those occasions. He scored 20, 20, and 16. Reynolds for LSU. They're down by 3.
Tennessee's back man-to-man, Tom, but it's a passive man defense. I mean, they are just really backing away, almost trying to force. They'll let Johnny Jones put it up. Let's see if they put pressure on Redden when he gets it. Kevin Woods guarding him.
Redden is the man they want to shoot. He's hit 2 quick ones in a row the last couple of times down court. This is Brown looking for someone to pass it to. Finally gets it to Reynolds. Knocked out of bounds, and he just lost it. They go to Tennessee.
Had to make his move around Big Dan Fetterman, and you're right, he just flat lost it out of bounds.
LSU with a chance to equal its longest lead with a bucket here. And again, they'll let White go one-on-one with Jones. Now they set Fetterman up on a high post, and McDonald as well.
It's a good matchup because Johnny Jones is super quick.
Left Woods wide open, couldn't hit it. Mitchell had it for a moment. Comes down to Jones of LSU. Here's Johnny Jones. Got a lot of quickness, brings it in a hurry. Dennis Brown, jump shot, baseline, no good. Tapped up, Mitchell with a foul and drip.
Tennessee had it, couldn't gain control. Mitchell followed.
10 points in the game for Leonard Mitchell. LSU within 1. 41-40 Tennessee. 12-47 to play. White, high post again, Fetterman. They've got Jenkins open. He feeds it inside. McDonald had already turned the rebound, and Tennessee with a turnover.
Twice that Tennessee's done that in this game. Once by Beeman and now once by Fred Jenkins. It's good team basketball, though. He thought he had a guy open underneath for the layup, and he wanted to give it to him because he was trying to shoot a 15-footer. That's the 14th turnover in the game against Tennessee. LSU's turned it over 12 times.
Tigers looking here to take their first lead of the second half. Tudor in the corner. Back to Jones. This is Brown. Fakes, can't shoot, walk. So LSU returns the favor, and the Tigers turn it over. Full court pressure from LSU as Tennessee brings it in to White.
Tennessee's doing this without Beeman in the game and without Willie Burton. Both have been on the bench much of this game.
Burton, the man that beat LSU in the first meeting. Hit that 25-footer with 3 seconds left. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Tennessee. It'll go back to LSU. Neither team able to get much going here. Consecutive turnovers. Back and forth it goes, and it's LSU again with a chance to take the lead.
Just under pressure, made a bad pass.
Burton, we were mentioning, had 21 points in the first meeting between the two teams, including the game winner. Tennessee won it in Knoxville, 70-69. They've won 6 in a row against LSU. Fetterman fronting Redden, knocks it away, out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell of LSU. Good defense by Fetterman.
Defense is beautiful, really, by Tennessee. As I said, they got man assignments, but it's collapsing. Anytime it goes inside, it's just like a zone defense. They'll surround that ball.
And before Tennessee brings it up court, we'll take a timeout. We have 11 minutes, 44 seconds left to play in Baton Rouge. Timeout with a score. The Tennessee Volunteers 41, the LSU Tigers 40. Just a week from tonight on most of the sports network stations, Sports Productions Network, and around the country on ESPN, as the league-leading Auburn Tigers travel to Nashville to take on the Commodores of Vandy. That's next Monday, February 13th, starting at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central Time on most of these SPI network stations and around the country on ESPN.
Full court pressure this trip by LSU. It gave Tennessee trouble against Mississippi.
In the Mississippi game, Tennessee had a 9-point halftime lead, and Ole Miss came from behind to win it with 2 free throws in the final second by Cecil Dowell. There's the shooting. Neither team shooting well in the second half, and Tennessee really poorly shooting, 20%, but only 33% for LSU. Here's White. spinning turnaround jumper won't go. Woods with a follow, laid it in. Kevin Woods of Tennessee.
Beautiful offensive basket by Wood. LSU, one of the better rebounding teams in this league. Wood right in the heart of them. Put it back in.
Kevin Woods has come off the ball bench to score 8 points tonight.
See, Fetterman's really backing away from Reynolds now. It makes it much more difficult for Reynolds to drive on him as he was doing early part of the game.
Fetterman's also playing with 3 fouls. John Tudor needs to hit that outside shot. They'll have to come out and get him. That could open up something else.
No question about it, because they're really definitely in their man defense encouraging outside shooting. They don't want anything cheap or anything inside.
Tennessee leads it by 1, 43-42 as we approach the midway part of the second half. 10 minutes, 35 seconds now remaining in the game. Jenkins over Tudor. Bad shot. Rebound. Reynolds went way up to clear it for LSU. Here comes Gary Reynolds in a hurry in front court. Leaves it for Jones. Tennessee back on defense. Reynolds moves for the basket. Finger roll won't go. Foul. Going to be on Jenkins of Tennessee.
That's his game. He's not going to shoot it outside. He's going to beat you with the dribble right here. You see him coming across the middle. Got a piece of it right there. He got a lot of it. He'll shoot 2. Good move by Jerry Reynolds.
Jenkins becomes the third ball player with 3 fouls. He has 3. Fetterman has 3, and Snodgrass has 3.
Jerry Reynolds could improve his foul shooting at all. Would increase his scoring just tremendously for this LSU team. He's 5 of 10 tonight from the foul line and just 3 from 8 from the field.
Well, that 5 for 10 is just about what you expect. He's a 54% free-throw shooter. But he has a string now in the second half. He has 3 in a row.
When he misses, it usually just hits the front ring and comes straight back. But he's getting it over the lip now. So, as you say, he's got a little string going now. Jenkins out.
And Beeman in for Tennessee.
They've been playing kind of a 2-man game offensively, Tennessee. Jenkins and White were just completely going one-on-one and trying to get the good basket. And Jenkins may be a little bit tired because he has really played a tremendous game so far.
Rimmed out for Reynolds. There's Fetterman with another rebound. Beeman for Tennessee brings it up court with a game tied at 43. LSU sticking man-to-man defense. Beeman matched up against Johnny Jones. This is White. They've got Tudor on White now. What kind of defense is that they're playing, Joe?
That's interesting. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out if they're in the zone. They're going through. The Redden went through with Woods. The back people are playing man. Let's see if the front people. Fetterman.
There's Fetterman getting a field goal, only his 2nd field goal of the game. He'd had trouble shooting, but he got that one to give the Vols a 2-point lead.
They may be zoning the guards and manning the backside. Try to pick it up the next time down and see if the guards go through.
It's some sort of gimmick defense.
It's a gimmick defense, no question.
Here's Tudor. He hit one a moment ago. Can't get that one. Battle for the rebound. Woods had position. Redden hammered him.
Got him over the back. Anytime you go over the back, it's almost automatic.
Don Redden of LSU committing personal foul number 2.
Right there. You got a piece of him. That's the 6th team foul against LSU, and that's very significant from this point on because Tennessee, from this point on, and they shoot 71.6% at the foul line, will be 1-1.
Volunteers with a 2-point lead. They get it to White. Fetterman. This is Woods. Kicks off the top of the board right to Fetterman, who misses on the follow, and finally Reynolds takes the rebound. Well, he likes to come out on the dribble, doesn't he? Here's Reynolds in front court. White made a swipe at him. Gives it to Tudor. Back to Reynolds. Thought about driving. Still has his dribble going. Now takes it up. This is Mitchell. Now they'll set it up. Need a basket to tie. Redden can't get it. Short right to Fetterman.
The player shooting they wanted. Redden, who's had the hot hand.
Beeman.
Tennessee 1-4 offensive set.
And what about that LSU defense? Looks like a straight man-to-man now.
They're definitely back man-to-man. They're not. The guards are going through.
Leonard Mitchell has gone to the court, and I didn't see what happened to him, but he's in some pain. You see him turning over, rolling over in pain. He's already hurt his ankle tonight, already had a sprained shoulder.
It's a shoulder.
And that right shoulder, which he sprained against Georgia, made him questionable for tonight's game, though he did start and has played most of the contest.
I just hope, Tom, that it's not completely gone out on him. And last year they lost Don Redden very early in the season with a dislocated shoulder, and he missed the entire year. They redshirted him. But he's come back this year and has really had a tremendous season after a slow start. But they've had some problems, and they're going to take him to the dressing room. Well, Mitchell's gone.
Well, LSU has already lost Derek Taylor. He sprained his knee, and he hasn't come into the game, though he's sitting on the LSU bench. And you just see Mitchell there going into the Tiger Den, the LSU dressing room. Coach Dale Brown is all the way out on the floor checking on Mitchell and now talking to Jim McDaniel. So the injury is really hurting LSU here. Taylor has not made a reappearance. We don't know if he's available or not. Let's see if we can pick up what might have happened to Leonard Mitchell. Well, he got his arm hung up under Fetterman as Fetterman was trying to post up low, and looked like Fetterman came up underneath his shoulder and might have hurt it again.
Jerked it some way, didn't it, Tom? Mitchell going out has 10 points and 8 rebounds.
Here's Damon Vance taking Mitchell's place in the LSU lineup. Vance is the 6'10 and a half freshman from Vallejo, California, that played in the first half and scored 2 points. 2 starters now fell by injuries for the Tigers, who trail Tennessee by 2. 8 minutes, 20 seconds to play from Baton Rouge. White against Tudor.
White's looking for action each time he handles that ball. He puts it on the floor to see can he create something and make something happen.
Johnny Jones was guarding White. They switched to Tudor. Now White just shot from outside. Wasn't a very good shot. He could have gotten better than that, I think. And Redden claims the rebound for LSU. LSU looking for a chance to tie the game. It's 45-43, Tennessee. Lob inside, Reynolds makes a nice move for the basket, and Fetterman has picked up his 4th foul.
Good foul, Tom, and that's his 4th, and they can't afford to lose him. They're going to bring somebody in for Fetterman, I think, right now. He hammered him from the rear, but it was a cinch 2 points, and maybe even a 3-point play, but at least they put Jerry Reynolds at the foul line, who is not a good foul shooter, as we've been talking about all night long. Good shot there of head coach Dale Brown.
As Fetterman goes out, replaced by Rob Jones. Fetterman 6'10", Jones 6'7". Fetterman has scored only 4, but has, I'd say, 12 or 13 rebounds.
Reynolds 6 of 12 at the line on the night. Just 3 from 8 from the field. Did a better job on him. After about the first 5 or 6 minutes, he was going wild early. In the man defense, they were playing him too tight, and he on the dribble just was whipping Fetterman and anybody else that guarded him. They backed away. As you mentioned, he isn't a good outside shooter, but he can really take it to the basket.
Rolled in.
Touch. He calls it touch.
I think he sat next to Redden at halftime.
Barely got it over the front ring. Got a chance to tie it.
6'8" sophomore from Brooklyn, New York. Jerry Reynolds puts it on its way. It's good. And we'll take a timeout as the 2 free throws by Reynolds knock the game once again. Timeout in Baton Rouge with 7 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in this Southeastern Conference game. It is Tennessee and LSU tied at 45.
Good dinner.
Your favorite.
The Red Man reaction.
Again, we'll be choosing a golf most valuable player from each team tonight. In addition to recognizing our 2 MVPs, Gulf Oil and its dealers will donate a $500 scholarship to the General Scholarship Fund of both these schools. Old Smoky made the trip from Knoxville tonight. And the Tennessee Volunteers, underdogs in the game, played well. Down by as many as 13 in the first half, fought back to take a 1-point halftime lead. Tennessee has led by as many as 5 here in the second half. LSU has not led. Right now we're tied at 45. Tony White, 6'2" freshman for Tennessee, guarded by 6'6" senior John Tudor of LSU. White takes him one-on-one to the hoop, puts it up and in.
Just simply cleared the right side, nothing fancy at all. He just took it all the way. A beautiful move by this freshman.
LSU now down by 2, attacking a man-to-man defense. Outside shot won't go for Redden. Reynolds with a strong rebound and a foul.
He does so much for offensive board, defensive board, handles the break. 6'9", Jerry Reynolds can do it all. At 29 earlier in the year against #1 North Carolina in Chapel Hill. There's the replay. You see him, and A 16 foul against Tennessee. Both teams now are in the bonus. That's Tony White making the one-on-one move against Tudor. He just jumped over him and stuck it in. A great move.
Redden. There's Don Redden of LSU with a shot. That is his third field goal of the second half. He has 13 for the game.
Tudor holding defensively. He's one of the better defensive players on this LSU team, and Coach Dale Brown's trying to talk to one of his players now. Right here, he's trying to take him one-on-one again. Tudor had reached in and grabbed him on the arm right before that. It was a good call, and White's going to go at the line and shoot 1-1.
No question about the offensive strategy of Coach Don DeVoe. It's simply give the ball to the freshman White and let him go to work. And he has been to the free throw line 2, 4, 6 times. That's his first miss in the second half. He's now
6 of 8.
6 of 8. He missed 1 in the first half. LSU with a chance to take the lead this time down court. Lob it into Vance. Missed the shot, but he's fouled.
Great weak side help that time by number 34, Rob Jones. They lobbed over Seth McDonald to Vance, but wham, watch Rob Jones. He gets the good block, but he also fouled him in the act of shooting, and Vance will shoot 2.
And it cost Jones personal foul number 3 as the Volunteers getting in some foul trouble now. Good helping defense. Coach Don DeVoe learned his defense with Bobby Knight at Army, and like Knight is an Ohio State graduate. Vance missed the free throw. He'll have another one.
We still haven't seen Willie Burton in a long time.
Burton has only 2 points in the game, had 21 in the earlier meeting with LSU, including the game winner. 48-47, first lead of the second half for LSU. Here's Beeman of Tennessee. Now Tudor's taken him, and they've switched Jones back to White. Beeman's looking for White. Can't get it to anybody. Finally gets rid of it to McDonald, who hands it back.
Their strategy is very obvious, as you mentioned, Tom. They want to give it to White and let him go one-on-one, and he's had a beautiful night.
Here's Beeman, twisting, turning, looking for White. Body's flying underneath. It's going to be a foul. Let's see. Louis Grillo makes the call. It's going to be on LSU.
Who'd they call it? Couldn't pick it up.
I'm not sure either. We'll wait for the official score. It is on Johnny Jones.
Johnny Jones.
His third foul.
He tried to run through that pick over there to pick up White, I think, and ran over Kevin Woods in the process of doing it. That was the reason for the call.
See the record of Dale Brown. 207 wins, 125 losses. Missed free throw by Woods. McDonald fighting with a rebound and finally wins out for Tennessee.
2 straight 1-1 misses by Tennessee. Kevin Wood shooting 85% at the foul line. Missed the front end of that 1-1.
And what, they were only 1 for 4 in the first half, something like that. White and Jones collide. White missed the shot. Nothing but White jerseys under there for the rebound. Vance takes it, and LSU comes up court with a 1-point lead.
Tennessee got the shot they wanted, but it wouldn't go down.
Johnny Jones trying to get away from Tyrone Beeman. Beeman got a hand in there. Jones lost it off his foot and out of bounds.
Big break for Tennessee. Johnny Jones looked like he had it on the baseline, but McDonald hit it, and it went off the foot of Johnny Jones. Tennessee ball out of bounds.
As the debris sails on the floor once again, Tennessee with a chance to reclaim the lead. Seesaw game in Baton Rouge. 5.5 minutes remaining. This is White. Jones has the defensive assignment now. Kevin Woods, Redden, and Wood collide. Wood's shot is partially blocked. Taken by Rob Jones, out of bounds. Last touch by LSU.
Boy, it's getting tough in there. Good rejection inside then by Reynolds. Tennessee got it back. Finally kicked out of bounds by LSU. Tennessee ball underneath their basket.
Volunteers trail by 1. Beeman backs it out. Eric Taylor back in the game, guarding Beeman. Taylor twisted his ankle earlier. You see it taped, his left knee, but he's back in the game and guarding Beeman here. Beeman tries to test it a little bit, but couldn't get by.
They've gone to a spread offense, like a delay game. They're down 1 doing it.
With 5 minutes to play. Shot clock will go off in another minute.
You give Tennessee the lead, and I guarantee you they're going to let the air out and completely split it. But that's what they've gone to here.
Got a backdoor basket from it in the first half, didn't they?
Exactly. At least they didn't get the basket, but they got 2 foul shots out of it.
Beeman takes it inside, feeds it back to White. See if White tries to take Jones one-on-one. Here it is. The freshman White won't go. Tapped in.
I think White was fouled before the tip.
All right, Woods tapped it in, but it won't count. There's a foul on Jones. That'll be the 4th foul on Johnny Jones.
He's going to shoot 2.
Again, they let White go one-on-one. Here's the result.
Shot clock was winding down, and that's the whole game plan again. They blocked a piece of it there. That was 32 that got a piece of it. Damon Vance.
See the 18-point total for White. Again, in his 3 starting assignments, he has scored 20 against Vanderbilt, 20 against Kentucky, 16 against Ole Miss. Now he's missed 2 free throws in a row with his second shot coming here. And if Tennessee loses the game tonight, it'll be these missed free throws that are going to cost him. White with his second shot. This one is good.
Shot clock's off. 4:36, so the shot clock is off.
And as you see, the score tied at 48.
LSU wants to talk about it. They may let the air out themselves a little bit. Spread the court. We'll look when we come back.
Coach Dale Brown very proud of his delay game. It's got him a lot of baskets over the years. And with no shot clock, he may go to it now. He huddles with his assistants after LSU calls its first time out of the game. 4.5 minutes remaining in this Southeastern Conference contest from Baton Rouge. Timeout with a score, Tennessee 48, LSU 48. From the Assembly Center on the LSU campus in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. LSU coming into the game ranked 14th in the Associated Press poll and in a 4-way tie for 3rd place in the SEC race with a record of 6-4. But Tennessee has beaten LSU the last 6 times the teams have played, including a 70-69 win earlier this season in Knoxville. Right now, with 4.5 minutes to play, this issue's still in doubt.
Let's see what LSU does. Tennessee still man-to-man defensively, but looking like they're wanting to put on a little more pressure.
Derek Taylor chases it down in backcourt as Dan Fetterman has re-entered the lineup, playing with 4 fouls for Tennessee. Here's the LSU spread.
That's what they've done. They've gone to their delay game. It's a 3-2 spread. They are in the 1-and-1 also. Both teams are, and they're going to try to get the triple, the easy layup, or try to go to the line and shoot 1-and-1.
They'll break a guy up on the high post like Redden right there and try to get a backdoor cut. And if they don't get it, they'll recycle and start over.
45-second clock goes off, 4-minute mark, and we're under that.
So LSU can take all the time it wants, with the exception of one of those. There's the backdoor cut. Taylor got a shot up, and it won't go. Rebound by Tennessee. Jenkins pulled down a strong rebound for the Volunteers. That was what they wanted, and Taylor comes up limping, still not down court. There's Taylor just entering your picture now with a turned left knee.
Tennessee is going to return the favor now, Tom. They're going to say, you come get us. And the defense has to force the action. They got to come out and get it. LSU looks like they're in like a zone defense sitting back in there.
And Louis Grillo has a count going because Jones is within reasonable distance. All right, now he warns the defense. The defense has to come out and force the action because the game is tied at 48.
LSU's jumped man-to-man now defensively.
3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining as Tennessee works it. This is the man that has done the damage in the second half, Tony White. Gives it up to Beeman, the quarterback.
It's like a 3-man game with Tennessee. Beeman, Jenkins, and White. They're the only 3 players that handle the ball. They've got Fetterman and, was it Rob Jones?
Yes.
They're setting up foul line extended, and they'll have an outlet pass to them if they need it.
This is Jenkins. They're trying for some backdoor cuts, too. That time White was streaking for the basket. They couldn't get the ball to him.
Now and then, Rob Jones or Fetterman, if they see some daylight, might break for the basket.
2.5 minutes remaining. Game tied, 48-48. Tennessee and LSU.
Tennessee will hold it for the last shot unless LSU comes and get it. Not a lot of pressure by LSU at this point.
Here's Reynolds applying. Now they triple team the ball. Jenkins. And Beeman is able to get it for Tennessee. Pass to Fetterman, wide open, he dunks.
Beautiful pass by Tyrone Beeman, the assist leader on this Tennessee team, and Fetterman stuffed it.
And now let's see if LSU goes back to that spread. They can't afford to do it. And Coach Dale Brown will plan an alternate strategy since he's now down 2. LSU takes its second timeout. The Tigers will have 1 remaining. Tennessee has not yet called a timeout, so they have their allotment of 3 remaining. 2 minutes, 3 seconds showing on the clock here in Baton Rouge. LSU takes a timeout. The Tigers will have the ball when we come back, trailing by 2. The score, Tennessee 50, LSU 48.
For For Sheriff Duval, whose car lacked the pickup to make the pickup, there's Gulf Super Unleaded, the gas.
2 minutes, 3 seconds of this SEC game from Baton Rouge. With those LSU Tigers, Tex Winter, they're giving some instructions to Jerry Reynolds, former head coach, now on the staff of that man, Dale Brown at LSU.
LSU tried to double team and at times triple team that ball as Tennessee was in their delay game, and Fetterman saw that his man had left him. He backdoor cut it to the basket, and Beeman threaded the needle with it. A beautiful play by Tennessee. Tennessee still man-to-man defensive.
Dennis Brown into the game for LSU at a guard spot, replacing Taylor, who had re-entered that knee. This is Brown with a shot. It's good. The freshman, Dennis Brown, from outside.
LSU wasted no time, and the freshman was not afraid to put it up.
And here's a foul by the freshman in backcourt, and that'll send White to the free throw line. With a game tied, White will check in at the Tennessee free throw line, and 1:46 remaining.
Look at it again. Close call. Probably could have been called either way. It looked like the defensive player, though, kind of got in on him just enough, Tom. Some bad news for LSU. We just got word from the LSU dressing room that Leonard Mitchell has a dislocated right shoulder. Now, we don't know how serious it is, but that's the word we just received.
Tony White, the freshman, responding to the pressure from the fans here at LSU in the Death Dome, and hits the first free throw to give Tennessee a 1-point lead.
Well, the freshman had ice water in his veins, and he got a little string music.
Charlotte, North Carolina native, has been sensational for Tennessee the last 4 games. Got another free throw. The ball's by 2. 1:45 as the clock ticks down. Brown, another freshman, brings it up for LSU against Beeman. Brown, nice pass.
Dennis Brown got penetration and made a beautiful bounce pass, and that's the key in traffic. Just beautiful, and Reynolds stuffed it home.
Another freshman showcasing his talents, giving it to Reynolds for the stuff for LSU to tie it at 52. You see the clock, now 1:20.
Beeman had picked up full court, and Dennis Brown just whipped it.
Brown and White are matched up. And Tennessee content to roll it off for a while. Ooh, Jenkins got into the air. Underneath, White is wide open. Missed it. Fetterman tapped it in.
Didn't think White could get that shot off. We're under a minute. Big tip in by Fetterman.
Tennessee leads by 2, 54-52. Dennis Brown to John Tudor. Fetterman knocked it away. He's just fouled out. 5th personal foul on Dan Fetterman. It comes with 49 seconds to play. Fetterman fouls out with 8 points and 12 rebounds, having one of his best games. He didn't shoot well, but he played pretty good defense most of the night and did a whale of a job on the boards. Did he get him on the back? Let's see if we can see it. Here's that last basket, which Fetterman tapped in.
White, you see him hang in the air, Fetterman. I can't believe it, because he didn't want to have an offensive goaltend against him. Tough break there for the big guy, Fetterman. He's played a beautiful game. He tried to beat Jerry Reynolds to the ball, and it was a close call, too, Tom.
Fetterman was the man that tapped the ball in that controversial game here 2 years ago, where Tennessee got a couple of extra seconds because the clock didn't start. Tapped one in to win it for Tennessee by 1 over LSU. They've beaten the Tigers 6 straight games, and I think 3 of those have been by 1 point.
6 wins in a row by Tennessee. They've had kind of like a jinx, and as we mentioned, LSU had won 8 straight prior to that, so they had a run going too. And here's a man at the line, Jerry Reynolds. Just a little over 50% on the season at the line. He's 8 for 14 tonight. He has 16 points and 7 rebounds. He's had a good evening. Just has not been tremendous at this spot where he is right now.
Willie Burton has come in to replace Fetterman for Tennessee. Reynolds ready for his free throw. It's good. Under pressure, Jerry Reynolds comes through. He needs 1 more to tie.
He's had a good second half at the foul line.
He's made 6 of 7 with his 8th shot coming up in the second half. But Tennessee's going to take a timeout and let him think about that second one for a while. So we'll take a timeout in Baton Rouge. 49 seconds remaining. Tennessee leads it by 1. The Vols 54. The Tigers 53. We'll be back to Bruges for the conclusion of the game after this message from your local station.
Watch what we're doing Tuesday night on TV 61.
Tonight's winners of our Gulf Oil Most Valuable Player Awards for Tennessee. Tony White, for the 4th consecutive game, he is the Gulf MVP for the Volunteers. 21 points tonight, and single-handedly his offense in the second half has kept Tennessee in the game. They put it all on the shoulders of the freshman, and he has come through. for LSU. Our MVP is Jerry Reynolds. Reynolds with 17 points, including that stuff at the line here. Reynolds shooting to tie for LSU. Live action. Reynolds ready for the shot that could tie the game. Free throw on its way. It's good.
Good touch by Reynolds. Good second half at the line.
Gulf will donate a $500 scholarship to the general scholarship funds of both schools in honor of our MVPs. This is White for Tennessee. 38 seconds. Game tied at 54. Tennessee content to take the final shot, I would imagine, unless they can get a layup. Ooh, that pass almost caught Jones by surprise.
Looked like he didn't know he was going to throw it to him. You see the clock. It tells the whole story here. Spread by Tennessee. LSU man-to-man defensively.
LSU doesn't want to foul.
And they have one player all the way back for a safety. So Tennessee's always got an outlet pass if they want it while they have the ball. And with 14 seconds, Tennessee's going to talk about it.
So that's the second timeout called by the Volunteers. Each team with one timeout remaining with only 14 seconds showing on the clock. So I imagine Tennessee will plan the strategy now. They'll go into their offensive set and try to get a basket. Joe, would they do the same thing we had done the entire second half? Put it in the hands of Tony White and let him go one-on-one?
Tom, I think they would, but they have two other dimensions in the game now. Willie Burton, who has done some great shooting for this team. He did it the Saturday at Ole Miss. He hit two quick ones from the corner. Can shoot the good outside shot. So I'm sure they want Tony White to get some penetration, see if he can get the shot or maybe get fouled, and then maybe kick it to Burton. If not, they've always got a young freshman named Fred Jenkins, who's a tremendous athlete, an excellent player. I don't think they would mind if he put it up either.
Only 14 seconds remaining, and the game tied at 54.
Can't believe that this has happened, that LSU was ahead 21-8, and then Tennessee come roaring back. We've got a tie game with 14 seconds.
Russ Potts, the senior executive producer for the SPI network. Keith Samples, the executive producer. And Jimmy Rayburn, the coordinating producer. And in the truck tonight, handling the producing, directing duties, Dave Burchett. You see the other folks that made our telecast possible from Baton Rouge. 14 seconds remaining in the game, and the score tied at 54. Can Lightning strike twice? In Knoxville earlier this season, Willie Burton hit a shot from 25 feet with 3 seconds remaining to give Tennessee a one-point win. The Volunteers have the ball here, 14 seconds, and the score tied.
Redden just said to the official, if Tennessee should score, and we're going to call a quick timeout.
Here is White, as expected. Brown has him on defense. White working his way to the baseline. Comes back. Down to 5 seconds. White with 3, 2. Can't get his shot away. He puts one up as the horn sounds. No good, and we have overtime.
I don't know why he didn't shoot it earlier, because he had a little daylight. He reverse dribbled out of there, and then he didn't have it. Too late. The shot would not have counted had it gone.
So regulation ends at 54-54. The story of the game has been this. LSU in the first half came out blitzing, good defense, forced Tennessee into a lot of turnovers. They built a 13-point lead. But Tennessee came right back. Fetterman first 40 minutes of play. It is 54-54. And for the second game in a row, LSU goes into overtime. They beat Georgia by 1 in overtime here Saturday. We'll be back for the overtime period in just a moment. Now let's take this time out from Baton Rouge. The score tie.
Tomorrow's almost here, so while you're still a free man, let's bring on the beer.
The next jump ball would belong to LSU. They're double teaming, and Tennessee took a timeout.
Timeout taken by Tennessee. Beeman was in danger of losing the ball on the 5-second count, so he called for the timeout. So Tennessee calls a desperation timeout to save the turnover. 4:41 remaining in overtime. Still no score in the overtime period. It's Tennessee 54, LSU 54. We'll be back after this message from your local station. Lewis. return to Baton Rouge with a 54-54 game in overtime. 4:41 remaining. Tennessee taking the timeout to save a turnover. And the Volunteers again have the basketball. Jenkins gets away for a moment and banks it home. They just let him go, and Jenkins able to convert. He has 14 in the game.
Nobody picked him up, Tom, and Damon Vance was the safety valve underneath. Did not want to foul him instead of really going out and getting him, and he just laid it over him.
Move for the basket by Reynolds, blocked and taken by Tennessee. Rob Jones blocked it and came down with it. Good defensive play by Jones.
Good defensive play, and Jenkins got the rebound, was swarmed and got it out of there, and I don't know how. Tennessee still spreading. Got paper on the floor.
They'll take an official timeout, clean up the floor, and get back to play with Tennessee leading by 2. 4:07 left in overtime.
Can't figure out what happened to LSU there. They went to sleep on it out of bounds just as we came back, and Damon Vance did not go out and pick up that player. Let Jenkins just put it in over.
See Tony White. Dennis Brown has him. Brown has done a better job on him than anyone tonight. Jenkins has it stripped away by Brown. Here's Tudor in. Beeman back on defense. Tudor all the way. Good. Foul will be on Tyrone Beeman of Tennessee. So Tudor will go to the line and a chance to give LSU a 1-point lead.
Beautiful drive. Good give Dennis Brown the credit right there. He picks the pocket of Fred Jenkins, and here's Tudor going the other way with it. Quick transition. Tudor looked like he was going to throw it. Well, Tom.
Joe, I believe that should have been a charge. Let's take a look at it again. To me, Beeman has position there, and Tudor just climbs right over him. Looked to me like it should have been a charging foul, but Tudor goes to the line. He'll shoot one and a chance to give LSU the lead. No good. Rebound Jones of Tennessee.
That break for LSU, and Tudor, the senior, who's played so well all year long for this team and in his career, could not convert it and give him the lead.
Game tied at 56. Tennessee with the basketball. 3.5 minutes left in overtime. Tyrone Beeman. Tudor gives him plenty of room. White tried to get a backdoor cut. Couldn't get it going. Tennessee will take nothing but the very high percentage shot here. Otherwise, they'll work it down. Let the clock run. White. Again, Dennis Brown has done an excellent job on White, who has given fits to Tudor and earlier to Taylor.
His super quickness and very quick hands. He just picked the pocket of Fred Jenkins to make that Tudor basket possible.
Beeman takes it back from Burton as the clock comes under 3 minutes.
Both Willie Burton and Rob Jones have set up foul line extended. They're just the outlet foul. It's a 3-man game. Jenkins, Beeman, White.
This time Burton comes out to give Jenkins someone to throw to and quickly get it back into the hands of the guards. This is Beeman as the clock shows 2.5 minutes remaining in overtime.
LSU man-to-man defensively. Redden on Jenkins.
Now Dennis Brown comes over to double team Jenkins, and Brown got him on the arm. Dennis Brown has committed the foul. It'll be his third. And it will send Fred Jenkins, one of the talented Tennessee freshmen, to the line. Jenkins, the Columbia, Tennessee native, about a 71% free throw shooter. As there you see the foul. Definitely a foul as he reached in on it.
Jenkins is a 71.6% foul shooter on the year. He's never had this kind of pressure.
Missed his only previous attempt tonight in the first half. Missed that one as well, but Burton takes the rebound, and he's fouled. Redden got him, I believe.
Willie Burton really got up. Of course, there was a break for Tennessee because it was a long rebound. It kicked out long, and Burton got it. And Willie Burton, who's not played a lot in this game, is shooting just over 80% on the season at the foul line.
Nikita Wilson goes out for LSU. Damon Vance comes in. Willie Burton, with only 2 points in the game, had 21 in the first meeting, goes to the line, an 80% free throw shooter. Hasn't appeared at the charity stripe tonight. And it rolls in. It rolled off the front of the rim, but fell through.
It gets tight, Tom, I tell you. 80%. He got it up on the lip, and it fell. He hasn't played much, as you mentioned. He's just 1 for 4 from the field tonight. Missed the second.
And the rebound comes down to Reynolds of LSU. So here come the Tigers, trailing by 1. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in overtime from Baton Rouge. LSU trying to beat a 6-game winning streak for the Vols. Here's a reach-in foul. Beeman got it.
Gamble on the steal, the quick hands of Beeman. Burton is guarding Jerry Reynolds. That's who LSU seems to be going to. They want him to try to operate one-on-one against Burton if possible. Beeman got a piece of it, but he also hacked him across the arm. And Reynolds, who is not a good foul shooter, but has had an excellent shooting night at the foul line in the second half.
He's 7 for 8, Joe, in the second half tonight.
Tremendous. 10 of 16 for the night, so he didn't do much in the first half, but he's warmed up the second half. 18 points overall and 8 rebounds, and of course he's our Gulf MVP for LSU tonight.
Theron Kojo replaces Damon Vance in the Tiger lineup as Reynolds, with a total of 18 points, steps to the line.
Will Brown did that. In case he misses, it gives them a quicker lineup in the game, and they can pick up defensively with more pressure.
That ties it. Reynolds with the clutch free throws. He didn't hit the clutch free throws against Georgia here Saturday night, but he is coming through in the clutch for LSU this evening. He has one more to give the Tigers the lead. Another substitution for LSU as, well, Vance comes back now. He won't go into the game unless Reynolds makes the free throw, I guess.
Exactly what happened. They get the lead, they'll put him back in. If not, they'll stay with what they have.
2:08 on the clock. Reynolds ready for the second free throw, which could give LSU the lead. Line drive, rims out. Jones, a rebound for Tennessee. The score remains tied at 57.
Neither team can take that lead. Pressure the clock.
This is similar to the game LSU had with Georgia here Saturday, when neither team could hit free throws down the stretch. They could have put the other away. Jenkins got to save it before it goes in backcourt. He does. Get it to Beeman. There's an out of bounds. And touched by Jenkins of Tennessee. Give the credit to Jerry Reynolds, reaching in with quick hands on defense, causing the Tennessee turnover.
LSU going to make a substitution here. They're bringing Johnny Jones in for Damon Vance to give him more quickness, and LSU's going to take a timeout, Tom.
So Coach Dale Brown will map the strategy for the final 1 minute, 47 seconds of overtime. His Tigers have the ball and the score tied at 57. That time the good defense paid off for LSU. As you see, they got Jenkins and Beeman in trouble. Beeman tried to pass it to Jenkins. Reynolds got a hand on it, but at last touched Jenkins, as you can see on the replay. Good call by the officials, out of bounds to LSU.
Well, they trapped him right on the 10-second line. They had something to work with when you can trap against the 10-second line or the sideline, and they had him trapped at the 10-second line, and Jenkins had almost let the ball get away from him prior to that. It rolled toward the 10-second line, and Beeman came to try to help, so they had no spacing, and that hurt them, so it almost created a triple team, and there you see Dale Brown diagramming on his, whatever you call that, pad that he's got that he can erase, and setting up what he would like to have happen in the last 147 of the overtime. And there's Tex Winter, who you talked about, Tom, who is one of our legendary coaches in this business. He's took teams to the Final Four at Kansas State. He coached at Washington, Northwestern in the pros, and see the bench scoring. Tennessee with 19, and LSU bench just 5 tonight.
Coach Dale Brown said that it was the reserve play that gave him the win over Georgia Saturday, but tonight the Tennessee subs have outplayed the LSU Tiger subs by a wide margin.
Each team has one timeout left in this game.
And a minute 47 to play.
Worm is turned now. LSU has the ball, and they'll go to their spread, and they'll force Tennessee to come get them.
Each team has scored 3 points in the overtime period, and each team has missed some crucial free throws. LSU has on the floor now Redden, Reynolds, Tudor, Dennis Brown, and Johnny Jones. And Tennessee with Rob Jones, Tony White, along with Fred Jenkins, Tyrone Beeman, and Willie Burton. Johnny Jones will bring it up for the Tigers. What kind of offensive set do we have here?
3-2, spread.
Back door. Reynolds can't handle it. Out of bounds to Tennessee.
Tough break. They had him wide open on a backdoor cut. He came up to the foul line to get the ball, and he reversed it. He was wide open, and Tudor threw it just a little bit too far, went out of bounds, and Tennessee's back in the driver's seat again.
It's almost like neither team wants to win this one. They keep giving it back and forth. Now it's Tennessee's turn for possession with a minute 25 left, and a foul on Brown of LSU.
Well, the quickness of this Dennis Brown. He's trying desperately to pick the pocket. It looks like they're going to put Beeman back at the foul line.
Tyrone Beeman has not scored in the game. Came into the contest third in the league in assists, 95 assists. But he's going to be called on for some points here. Averages 7 a contest.
Shooting 79+% on the year at the line.
Senior from Niagara Falls, New York.
It's hard to say, Tom, but almost an 80% shooter, but pressure. He loved it. So just give me the bottom.
Didn't feel the pressure that time. His second free throw coming up. Tennessee leads by 1. It could be 2 if Beeman cashes in on the second. 9th in the conference in free throw shooting. And got it with that nearly 80% mark at the line. 2 free throws by Beeman, giving Tennessee the lead.
You see the time.
Here's Brown for LSU. Looking inside, can't find it. Tudor trying to get Redden posted up underneath, or Reynolds. And Tennessee conscious of that defensively. In fact, Burton is fronting Reynolds. This is Redden, off-balance shot, and he draws the foul. And as we told you, he's an excellent free throw shooter.
Good move, and what you said was accurate, Tom. They wanted to get the ball to either Redden or Reynolds. They looked inside every time. They finally got it to Redden, and I'm sure that's who they really would love to get it to. He did a beautiful job of getting penetration after he got the ball. He faked a little bit right there. He got the defense off balance and then lunged into him to try to put it up, and he is a tremendous foul shooter.
And he got that foul was on Rob Jones, his 4th foul.
Redden just 4 of 10 from the field tonight, and he's a better shooter than that, but he's 5 of 6 of 7 at the foul line. 13 points and 6 points.
To tie the game again. It's 59-59 with 1:04 to play in overtime. Tennessee's White will bring it up against Dennis Brown. White in front court for Tennessee. Will they hold it for the final shot here?
Unless they can get a wide-open layup or a foul, Tom, they'll definitely hold it for the last shot. They're also in that spread offense. A little different setup than LSU's. They bring 2 players real high, Rob Jones and Willie Burton, as I mentioned. Foul line extended for the outlet if they can give it to them, if they need for them to come out. If not, it's a 3-man game.
35 seconds as you see. Beeman cut off by Brown, but gets around him with a dribble. Tried to backdoor. Reynolds picks it off for LSU.
Well, he had him wide open, Willie Burton underneath. If he'd have bounced past it, it would have gone through. He tried to stick it through, and Reynolds got a piece of it and made the steal.
And LSU, with 20 seconds left, takes a timeout, and they'll try to take the last shot to win the game in overtime. That's the last timeout for LSU. Tennessee has 1 remaining. Here's the steal again. Beeman has him wide open, but Reynolds steps into the passing lane to pick it off.
Reynolds got an arm on it. In traffic, you have to bounce the ball. And he had a lot of arms sticking out there, and Vance was on the far side getting weak side help. But Reynolds got a piece of that ball. He knocked it down, and LSU picked it up. And now with just 20 seconds to go, LSU will definitely hold it for the last shot.
And it'll be this man that maps the defensive strategy. And if anyone can do it, he can map defensive strategy, because Don DeVoe is a master teacher of defense.
Well, as we've mentioned, the head coach at DPI, he went to the NIT there. He was at Wyoming, and of course, what great success at Tennessee. Beeman sees him, and he tries to get it to him. Reynolds, real quick, good hands, just enough to kick it, knock it down, and then they pick it up, and it's their ball. And there's Dale Brown, the head coach at LSU, the most successful head coach in LSU's basketball history, and he's trying to map out the strategy for the Tigers.
That long reach of Jerry Reynolds really paid off, didn't it?
No question about that. He's 6'9", but can play guard for you. He's super quick, and you see the turnovers.
18 for Tennessee. The last one very costly, could cost them the game. 17 for LSU. The score, 59 apiece, with 20 seconds remaining in the first overtime period. LSU with the basketball. They'll have it in front court when we come back.
I'm sure the similar strategy will happen, Tom. They'd love to go to Reynolds or to Don Redden, either one. Redden gives you a little better dimension because he's an excellent outside shooter, or at least normally is. He hasn't had the good night tonight, but he is a good shooter. And he also is an excellent foul shooter. It's almost a cinch when he goes to the line.
Last time we had this situation, LSU turned it over on an attempted lob inside to Reynolds.
I like the play they ran, though. They flashed Reynolds high, then he cut straight back because Tennessee was in a man defense, and they are again.
Neither team comes in with a substitution. It's the same 10 that were on the floor before the timeout. Tudor way in backcourt to Dennis Brown. Beeman right there with him. See the clock ticking down. 15 seconds. This is Tudor for LSU. Brown, Redden on a high post. Can't get it to him. Tudor drives to the basket. Kicks it to Vanson, back to Brown. Here's Redden with 5 seconds. Redden charges in and hits it. Timeout taken by Tennessee. 1 second left. Don Redden just penetrated in without about 6 feet from the basket, went up and banked it home.
Beautiful play by Don Redden. You're right, Tom. Penetration, and nobody really shut him down. A little bit nervous because they didn't want to foul him and put this great foul shooter at the line. And, of course, this home crowd, the LSU Tiger people are going wild.
Don Redden, who was injured and didn't even get to play but, one game last season, something like that. And then he has come back this year and finally drawn a starting assignment, and what a job he's done. Tried to take a charge in there, and the Tennessee player went down, but it didn't look like there was much contact. Let's see if we can see it from this angle.
Not much.
I don't believe there was enough contact there to call a charging foul. We were sort of blocked off, but we couldn't see it. But Don Redden is the man of the hour for LSU. His shot could give the Tigers a victory. They're only 1 second away from breaking that 6-game losing streak against Tennessee. It's the Tigers leading it by 2, 61-59. Tennessee must come the length of the court with only 1 second remaining.
Well, they did what you want to do. They worked the clock all the way down, and they got it to the man they really wanted to get it to. Either Redden or Reynolds. They finally got it to Redden. He took it home. Tigers lead by 2, and it's been a seesaw the entire second half.
Kevin Woods has come into the Tennessee lineup. What can Tennessee do now? They obviously have to throw it the length of the court because the clock starts as soon as it's touched inbounds.
Tom, if I was Tennessee, they can run the inline because it's after a made shot. I would throw it up the side rather than up the middle of the court and throw it for maybe a Willie Burton. Hope he can get it and turn and just put it up. It's the only chance they have. Tudor's on Willie Burton. Let's see if that's what they try.
Jenkins will throw the ball in for Tennessee from beneath the LSU hoop. He's got to throw it long. He does. Clock starts. Redden picks it off, and Don Redden, the hero of the game, throws the ball high into the air and celebrates an LSU victory. A short jump shot by Redden with only seconds remaining, giving LSU the victory tonight in overtime. That's the end of the game. LSU wins it in overtime. Final score, LSU 61, Tennessee 59.